Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Derek Ledwidge from Strive Fitness and Performance, and today we are going to go over our program guide for this upcoming challenge. Um, Keep in mind that as we go through this, there are a lot of adjustments that are going to be happening throughout this challenge. A lot of times it'll be individual, hey, you should probably do this, things like that. And according to our energy levels and what results we're getting and what our overall goals are, we will adjust as we go along. But for right now, this is just a brief overview of the plan, which again is a guideline. So for the first little bit, we want to get our baseline numbers. This will be just an example of where we are at and really at what our goals are. For instance, if we are under eating, we don't exactly want to be severely low or anything like that or come up too fast. But again, it's just a good idea to log that first week and just to get a little baseline of where we're at and where we want to go. And then we adjust from there. As I mentioned, the food plan is a great baseline right here. But again, each person is individual and we'll adjust as needed. Make sure you guys end up tracking the supplements that you use, the sauces that you use, the salad dressings, things like that. A lot of these are fats, and fats are really calorie dense and very easy to overdo it if we are not measuring. You don't need to be a measure fanatic or anything like that and constantly be a slave to it, but it is a good idea to do it at the beginning so at least you can get a visual of what an idea of what you guys are going to end up doing. One of the biggest things that we're going to end up talking about is constantly protein. We're going to go over what the macros are and what macronutrients actually are, but protein is going to be the key. We need that to be consistent regardless of what diet we're on or anything like that. We need that to be consistent to keep up our muscle gain, recovery, and just overall fat loss. One of the easier things that we'll end up talking about is to form some go-to meals. These are the ones that you love and can always make and easily go with. Mine is frozen cod and broccoli or cauliflower. Each one of them is frozen. I can throw it into a pan and make a meal within about 10 minutes. Super easy, not a lot of prep time needed or anything like that. So if I'm in a rush, I can easily end up doing that, and it's a good meal on the run. Um, Water in the morning and at every meal is the overall goal. And we want to make sure we keep on getting our water in so we are hydrated. If we're having a hard time in the morning getting our breakfast in or having a hard time getting enough food, try a super shake. There'll be a document in there. It's really easy to just throw a whole bunch of stuff in the blender and get a lot of nutrients, and it's a lot of bang for your buck ordeal. So it's one of the major things that you could end up starting to do. Carbs, another macronutrient. You'll hear me talking about this, earn your carbs. What I mean by that is we want our carbs, our healthy carbs, around our workout. For us, for fat loss, generally it is going to be after the workout. If we're going for muscle gain, before the workout and after the workout. For fat loss, we take away that pre-workout. But again, if we end up having very little energy, we're going to end up talking about increasing our carbs. And then also, if we need to, in the morning as well. It just really depends, but ideally around the workout. If you want to limit the carbs on your off days, go for it. Fruits, they are healthy, but they easily can be overdone. Try to do at the very max 2 fruits a day. And again, try to focus them because they are carbs around the workout. And if you're going for bang for your buck, go for berries. Schedule your meals. A lot of times people just go fly by the seat of their pants and just have meals as we go. That equals fast food 100%. Okay, we want to schedule our meals, know exactly what's going to end up happening. It sounds tedious, but as you start doing that, it becomes more of a lifestyle. And we'll talk about how you can do that really easily. Ideally, 5 meals, 3 main meals, 2 snacks. But again, life gets in the way, so we want to adjust, and that's where our adjustments come from. Key thing down here is what most people do not do. Uh, 5 smaller meals equals 3 medium meals equals 2 large meals. Okay, so as the amount of times you eat per day goes down, we need to increase the amount. And the amount still stays the same. It just really depends on how many times we're actually eating. We want to have a different mindset here. We are not here at Strive talking about losing a whole bunch of weight really fast. we want to change body composition, which is losing fat, which is very, very different than losing weight. And you'll hear about this constantly as we talk. On point with that, we want to move more and eat more, not move more and eat less. Okay, we do not want to starve ourselves. We want to have energy, but we want to have kick-ass workouts. And at the bottom, trust the process. It will take time. Actual fat does not want to leave your body. Weight can go really, really fast, but we want to lose that stubborn fat. And then as we go through this, they'll have a guideline of exactly what to eat. If those get a little stale or anything like that, or you want variety, there you will have some recipes just to make sure everything is still in line. So what foods to eat? Here's the template. And again, as we go through this, you'll see how easy this is, that we can just pick and choose exactly what we want. We do not need to just eat chicken breast, broccoli, and white rice for every single meal. You can only do that for so long before you want to go crazy. Okay, protein is protein. Obviously, there are better ones or anything like that, but if you just get the good protein and watch how you make it, you can have a whole bunch of this stuff. Okay, fats as well. And again, these are the portion sizes that we're sort of recommending for the actual meal plan. As we go through it, if you end up eating less or anything like that, but it still fits along with the game plan, go for it. You'll note that 6 ounces is about 1.5 portions. 4 ounces is a portion of protein, so this is about 1.5 as opposed to just 1. Just make sure that we are not underdoing it, and we'll be talking about that constantly. So this is a good idea of where to go from. We do have fats. Again, make sure we are watching these. Okay, make sure we are actually realizing what a tablespoon is. Fatty protein sources. There are some fats, like for instance in salmon, pork loin, stuff like that. So that will count as a fat source. So make sure you end up focusing on that. Okay, this also goes along. It's not on here, but egg yolks. Egg yolks are not bad, but it is actual fat. So make sure you note that. And then carbohydrates. We have some veggies, but also the berries and things like that, fruits. And then the veggies, obviously there's more in there, but go nuts with that. Portions, here we go. If you need to, measure everything out. I do not. I like using my hand, but at the very beginning, I do measure everything out and actually get a visual of it, what a portion actually looks like by using my hand, so I'm not just guessing. Okay, protein, palm of the hand. Carbs, cup of the hand. Fats, thumb. Veggies, fist. Okay, and that is a serving size. Obviously, someone that is really, really big or anything like that, it might be 1.5. It just really depends. That's why it's a good indicator of what you're actually measuring. Common measurements. These have helped out a lot. 20 to 30 grams per meal for protein. So as you notice that some of your protein powders, something like that, it might be 12. That's not exactly a really high amount of protein. So even though you're having protein, it's still not a portion size. So you'd want to keep that in mind. Which is around 4 to 5 ounces, give or take. Keep note right here, eggs. Okay, most people come up to me and say, well, I do eat protein, and they have 1 egg for breakfast. Okay, that is not a portion. Okay, we want to keep that in mind as well. Carbs, 20 to 30 grams, which is around half a cup. Obviously, some things are a little bit different. And here are some examples right here. Fats, 7 to 12. Again, you can easily overdo it. 1 tablespoon of olive oil is not, I think it's around 16 grams, so it's a little above. These are not exact by any means. These are just general guidelines. So just keep that in mind that we are actually putting that stuff in there. When we do use MyFitnessPal, again, the easiest way, plug it in. What does it equal? Okay, is what you're eating way higher? Is it like 20 grams of fats or something like that? When you do that, we're going to probably want to bring that down. Daily meals. Okay, in my MyFitnessPal video, you'll end up noting these. Okay, here are our numbers, which is our goal where we want to be. Some people are going to be a little bit different. It just really depends. Morning workouts, try to have a little bit of carbs beforehand if you can. Some people react negatively to that. They feel like they're going to get sick or anything like that. But that is just an overall goal, just to have some energy. But if you have zero energy problems or like that, you'll be fine. Training days. Okay, these do not have to be breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and dinner or anything like that. These can literally just be 5 meals. Okay, but I'm just gonna put that on there just as an example. Okay, for my training day right here, I'm basically focusing on it's going to be a nighttime workout. So you'll see that because of the carbs. Okay, so in the morning, I'm going to have protein, fat, and veggie. Any of those that we talked about above. Snack, this can literally be a veggie again. Okay, you can always overdo the veggies, but I'm just having a protein shake. Okay, keep in mind, this does not have to be a protein shake. This can be literally anything of protein. Just it's a good way to do protein shakes just because very little calories, very little fillers. It's literally just protein. Okay, whereas if you have a piece of chicken, it comes with a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So you have to keep that in mind. Lunch, protein, one carb, one veggie, okay, just because it's pre-training or anything like that. But again, I do not need to have this. Protein shake. Dinner, this is after my workout, so I'm going to earn my carbs. Protein, carb, veggie. Okay, notice that fats are up here. If I have very, very little fats or anything like that, I'm really, really low, okay, feel free to put some of these in here. Rest day, when you're not here at Strive, again, like I said, these can be any meals. Rest days, cardio days, okay, basically we just limit the carbs, increase fats and veggies. Pretty much it. And if you want, you can have your fruit here. One of the things that makes this easier on this challenge, try something new every single week. Okay, you can experiment with foods, type of foods, recipes, something like that. That way you have some variety. Again, just make sure it follows in line. Slow cookers are a godsend. Again, anything bulk is really easy to make so that you have it. Buy veggies, freeze them, have veggies and meats available. Okay, those are usually the key thing. Most people don't get enough veggies. Most people don't get enough protein. If you have them available, you'll be able to do it. We already talked about super shakes. Very easy to get all your nutrients in one little gulp, and then you can just leave the house super, super fast. Salads, very, very good. Very, very good option for lunch. Just make sure you watch the dressing. Easy prepped fruits, again, have them available. Rotisserie chicken, very, very awesome. You can buy it at Kroger. Everything's already pre-made. You just cut it up. Boiled eggs, potatoes, have them ready. These are some examples of some healthy snacks. Just make sure that they are portions. Don't just say I had a piece of lunch meat. Okay, 2 to 4 ounces, not just a slice. And these are some of the super shakes we talked about. Again, there's a lot of stuff going into them. It's not just protein and water, protein and almond milk. Make sure you realize that. They would substitute a meal. Supplements, don't worry about those fat burners. Greens powder, again, I do not like veggies. I do not get enough veggies in my system. I know that. I realize that. And when I'm on the move, I go with the supplement. Okay. Amazing Grass is what I use. You can get on Amazon pretty cheap. And a lot of times when I'm doing a challenge or I'm doing like a cut phase, I pair that up with my BCAAs and I drink that during the workout because I am cutting down on everything. You do not need the BCAAs. You get that by having enough protein. Okay, if you struggle with getting protein, especially later on in the challenge when we're trying to go a little bit more extreme, you can start having that. But again, do not depend on that. I would rather you have more protein. Whey protein, easiest thing to get protein in. It's super, super fast. Again, don't depend on it. And if you can't have whey protein, no big deal. You can easily just have protein. I use Gold Standard, and I usually refer people to Size Up supplements just because on Haze, just because it's super, super cheap. You can easily go on bodybuilding.com as well. They're cheap. I would not go to a lot of the other stuff just because you have to watch that price. Fish oil, very, very good. That is a fat. Okay, I would recommend 3 a day. Omega Red is one of the best ones. And that is our challenge guide.